Good evening and welcome to the Celina Fieldhouse, the Dean White Court. Tonight, WSN brings you a non-conference boys basketball matchup from the Midwest Athletic Conference, the Parkway Panthers, and from the Western Buckeye League, the Celina Bulldogs. My name is Mark Schein. My pleasure to do play-by-play alongside our color commentary, Ben Statton. Ben, these two teams each have a single win. Both of them would like to get something going this evening.
Well, all I got to say about that is if this game is anything like the girls' game that we just watched between Parkway and Celina, we are in for one heck of a game. The girls' game just went down to overtime. Almost had a buzzer beater for the win there. It was unbelievable. So really hoping that one of these teams here is going to get a good second victory. Definitely going to see them try their hardest. And we have a lot of really good players out here, especially I know for Celina, they got their senior Caden Warrants out here, and Parkway is going to be led out here by a really good group of guys trying to get this second victory.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this because both teams have struggled offensively. Celina averages just 41 points a game. Parkway at about 45. So it's really a game you'd like to get some things going offensively.
Yeah, no, definitely they've struggled a little bit offensively. I will say, looking at like Parkway's schedule though, they've played some really good teams like Crestview, and they've kept it within 10. So it's no cause for alarm for them, but definitely want to get the ball in the bucket, get it moving for them.
Let's talk about the Parkway Panthers and their starting lineup for Doug Hughes. They will go with a senior. Number 2 is Trevor Stearns. Trevor was an all-conference player a year ago in the MAC. Number 3 is a 6'1 senior, Braden Bruns. Number 10, Xavier Samuels is a 6'2 senior. Number 14 is Wyatt Carpenter, also a 6'1 senior. Number 44, Douglas Hughes, who is a 6'2 senior. For the Celina Bulldogs and Adam Johns, number 1 is Carson Wentz, 6-foot junior. Number 5 is Caden Warrants. He is a 6'1 senior, averaging almost 10 points a game. Number 11 is Gavin Wicker, a 5'11 sophomore. Number 13 is Braylon Parker. He is a 5'11 sophomore. And in the post position, number 45, Douglas Billerman, who is a 6'3 junior. It's Celina, it's Parkway, it's non-conference basketball on a Tuesday night. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. We're back at Celina with the Fieldhouse. We've had the introduction to the starting lineups. Our officials this evening, Ben Kramer, Thomas Riepenoff, and Stephen McCray. Stephen McCray is about to tap or jump the ball into center circle, and he will do so for Trevor Stearns and for Logan Billerman. Celina comes in at 1-2 on the season. They won their last game, a Western Buckeye League game over St. Mary's, 47-42. Parkway is 1-4. They won their opener with Upper Soda Valley and have lost 4 since then. Here's our tip. And the ball will go into the backcourt. We're surrounded by Braden Bruns, and he will hand off to Xavier Samples.
It's going to be really nice here early on to see the play style of both these teams and see how they settle into this game.
Pass down in low, the ball goes, and a little turnaround hook shot in the lane for Stearns. And Trevor Stearns, a first-team all-conference in the MAC a year ago, is the opening basket. Celina attacks. A little runner in the lane will go for Gavin Weaker.
Yeah, Celina really likes to play that style, get ahead of the play quickly, get early buckets. Last time we saw them play here against New Bremen, that's exactly what they did in that game as well.
Pass from Wyatt Carpenter is tipped out of bounds. It will stay with the Panthers. Parkway's in their black jerseys with gold trim this evening, and Celina in the home whites with their green and black trim as well. Here's the inbound, and it will be tossed in. Comes out front to Carpenter, and this is Stearns. Weave action out front, spinning in the lane is Carpenter. A little scoop shot from him. Rebound secured by Gavin Weaker. We'll go the other way. Both teams have started man-to-man. Wirtz hands the basketball off. Here's the pass to Billerman.
Yep, Celina's doing a good job here, working it down. Eventually, if you run enough offense.
3 ball doesn't go for Parker. Stearns goes the other way, gets his shot blocked, scraps in for the rebound, goes up and overshot that one. Big scramble for the basketball, diving on the floor is Samples.
Great hustle here. That's 2 teams right there that want to get that second win here.
Will be Celina's basketball as we're a minute and a half into this one. Possession arrow. Earlier, Ben mentioned the girls varsity played ahead of this game, and Parkway won that one 43-40 in overtime. Really good high school basketball game. Wertz. He will hand off to Weaker. Now this is number 13 is Parker. He's the left-hander. Parker looks down inside. This time he finds Weitzel. Weitzel spins. Can't score against Stearns. Stearns rebounds. Parkway pushes the other way.
Yeah, they missed that shot, but that's definitely something Celina is going to be fine with. And then another really good finisher by Trevor Stearns, just taking it coast to coast pretty much and finishing at the basket. That's why he was all conference last year.
Parkway drops to a 1-2-2 three-quarter court press. Headed for the rim is Weaker, and he goes off glass, and what do we get? It will be an offensive foul as Kevin Weaker runs over a Parkway Panther, wipe that basket away.
Yeah, love that call. Great job getting there, getting his feet set and taking it.
You like the half circle under the rim?
I do, yeah. It makes it a little easier with the college guys, but.
Headed to the rim, kick out, goes to the corner. Stearns working the lane again. Now penetration dribble by Samples, and that ball is tipped out of bounds and scared a little girl's life to death out of her down here.
I know, she's about to be part of the game.
She ran right through all of that. It'll be Parkway's basketball on the baseline. And Xavier Samples, 6'2 senior, will be the trigger man. To Hughes. Samples gets the handoff, goes into the lane and gets it taken away from him. Nope, he gets it back again. Gets it blocked from behind by Wertz.
Good kick ahead by Caden Wertz and great finish. Yeah,
unable to finish was Weaker. Steal back by Wertz, and we're going to get another held ball. Let's see what happens. Players pop up okay. Hughes and Caden Wertz. This time the arrow favors the Panthers.
I mean, unbelievable effort here early on by these two teams.
Jacob Triplett will enter for Coach Doug Hughes and the Panthers. Jacob's a 6-foot sophomore, wears number 5, and number 42 is Ethan Pond. He's a 6'3 junior for the Panthers. We're about 3 minutes into this one. Samples. This is Pond, who just checked in a moment ago. Coming off a screen for a 3-ball is Triplett. He missed that shot. He just came into the game. We're getting an offensive rebound foul.
Yeah, I didn't see it there, but just by the position where guys were at, I would assume it's probably a push.
Ethan Pond picks up his initial foul of the game. Each team has one team foul here in quarter number 1. There's that 1-2-2 press again. Lob it ahead it goes. Parker and back on top. Caden Wertz to the lane, little runner in the lane and bounces out. Tough luck for Weaker. He's had a couple misses from point blank range. And streaking to the goal and scoring is Jacoby Triplett.
Yeah, great play there by Parkway, getting it up, getting it ahead, and getting a quick bucket there.
6-2 Panthers early on. Caden Wertz as they drop back man-to-man once the press is over.
Looks like they're trying to get Caden Wertz here, yep.
That they did. Wertz wanted to get a baseline jumper, couldn't, and that time he goes up from 17, spins out, rebound, went to inside to Weitzel, but he had to give it up, and Weitzel throws it ahead. Here's Stearns, and Stearns is called for a travel. Bulldogs turn to substitute as number 3, Cohen Harder, will enter the basketball game, as does number 15, Zayden Rolfus. So halfway through the quarter, each team has played 7 players.
They're still semi-in hitting this press here.
Break the press, it ends up in Wicker's hands. Wertz comes off a screen, and then this is the man who just checked in, Harder. He has to give it back up to Wertz.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a really good job here of chewing up clock, slowing this game down, but eventually you're going to want to get a drive at the basket here if I'm Celina.
Caden Wertz gets it down inside, but it comes off the hands of number 45, Billerman, and big scramble for the ball, and Stearns knocks it out of bounds.
I'll be interested to see if Parkway tries to hop in this press here. Looks like they're going to let Celina bring it up.
Parkway was 13-11 a year ago. 3-6 in the Midwest Athletic Conference. Weaker for three. Kevin Weaker has all 5 points for Celina, and he now has 8 3-point field goals on the season. Panthers by a point.
Probably trying to get backside here.
That three ball will go the other way as Ethan Pond knocks one down. It's at 9-5 in favor of Parkway. Cohen Harder checked in just a moment ago, has the basketball now.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 plays in a row there for Parkway where they've had a lot of misdirection going on to where they've gotten a really good play on the backside.
This three ball is going to go up from Weaker again. That bounces around. Stern rebounds. He averaged about 5 rebounds a game a year ago. We're going the other way with this one. And steal. And headed to the rim. Triplet. And triplet finishes. Jacoby's got 4 in the opening quarter.
I mean, here early on, it's not necessarily the turnovers or the offense that Parkway is running that makes me a little concerned about this lineup right now. I really want to see them start to get to the basket, though. Driving, getting to the basket is going to be the way that they can really solidify being in this game.
Coach Adam John sees his team trailing by 6 with 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Let's take a break. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Parkway Panthers is First Federal Bank in Van Wert, your community and your bank. Seems like Parkway's been able to get some things in transition. I think might be what Coach Johns is talking about.
Yeah, I mean, they've gotten some things in transition, but they've also gotten 2 really nice buckets of backside action here. If I'm the Celina coach right now, Coach Johns, that whole time I would have talked about getting to the basket, not chucking threes. That's how we're gonna, being physical, being this game. That's the recipe for success.
And Parkway comes out 2-3 zone following the timeout. This will be a 3 that'll go up from Weaker. And Stearns rebounds again, throws it ahead. And good defense by Weaker, but he got called for his hand in the cookie jar that time, and Gavin will pick up his second foul, and he has all 5 of the Bulldog points in the opening quarter and will be replaced. So who checked in for him?
Yeah, it's just a little over-ambitious there. Love the effort there, but yeah, great call by the official.
Just 2 team fouls in the opening quarter for Celina, 1 for Parkway, as we're down to 1:39 in our opening quarter. Lobbed in the backcourt to Stearns. Pond looking inside to Stearns this time. And trying to get penetration dribble going to the rim was Jacoby Triplet, and he's fouled.
Yep, anytime you drive hard and they get 2 hands on you, the officials are going to call it.
It's a veteran crew, too. These 3 guys have done a lot of high school basketball games. That was Zade Rolfus' first foul, 3rd team foul in the opening quarter for Celina, and goes back
little
to
miscue.
Yeah,
yep, little miscue there. Oh, I love this play.
And they got him for hooking, didn't they? Ethan Pond made a nice move to the goal, but they called him for hooking. That's Ethan's 2nd foul.
I know. It's such a simple play, though. Get it to your big, fake it, and just rip baseline. You see guys at the college level. You guys see it at the pro level. Guys do that. That play works at every single level.
Get called for using his elbow, though, and he has to sit down as Ethan Pond is replaced by Xavier Samples. The press extends a little bit this time. There's a hole in the middle of it. And ball heads to the corner where it's tipped out of bounds, tipped away from Cohen Harder, and Celina maintains possession. Caden Wirtz will inbound. Celina looking for points. Weaker has all 5 of their points, and he's on the bench with a couple of fouls. To the corner to Weitzel, and he gets pushed, and he gets pushed by Braden Bruns. Braden's first foul. Team's 3rd.
Yeah, Celina's got to figure out where's their offense going to come from here. Still haven't seen anybody really attack the basket. I would love to see one of their their senior guard here, Caden Warrens, get a look, maybe try to get to the basket.
Rolfus got pressured out front. He has to find Braden Parker. Skip pass around. It ends up in Rolfus' hands, and now around to Werntz. It's our leading scorer on the season. Tries to spin in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, Parkway is really locking them down right now. They've done a really good job here this first quarter.
Parkway has given up 45.6 points per game on the season. 63 of those to Wayne Trace. And that ball is tipped out of bounds. Really solid defensive play.
No, absolutely. Coach Hughes cannot be happier how they're playing defensively this first quarter.
Good job of banging that off the offensive player's leg.
Yeah.
See if Parkway chooses to play last possession of the quarter. 30 seconds to go.
I'd say coming up with your senior all-conference guard, he's pretty comfortable with the ball in his hand.
Stearns comes off a screen, hands off basketball off to Carpenter. It's down in the corner to Samples. It's a pass down inside. Samples trying to make a move, has to kick it back out front. It actually ends up into the hands of Carpenter. He missed, and on the rebound, Stearns went high for it with 0.5 to go. And this will be out of bounds with half a second to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. If they can get it's just going to be a catch and put it up as soon as you catch it.
As long as there's more than 0.4 on the clock, you can catch and shoot. And there's 0.5 right here, so they do have an opportunity to catch and shoot. It will be inbounded by Samples. And where are they going to go? They lob inside. Stearns gets a tip. It doesn't go. Our scoreboard sponsor today is Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Bristol County Athletics. And in our opening quarter scoreboard, it will be 11 for Parkway and 5 for Celina. You're watching high school basketball, WOSN. We're back at the Dean White Court here at the Celina Fieldhouse. We did not have a free throw attempt in the opening quarter, but our free throw sponsors are tonight is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Mark Schein, Ben Stanton. Really good defensive quarter if you're a Parkway Panther, Ben.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if I'm Coach Johns, there's two things I probably would bring up in that at the quarter there. One is we got to figure out how we're going to get to the basket. And number two, if we can't get to the basket in half court, how are we going to get turnovers and rebounds so we can play in transition to get to the basket to get some points here?
Evan Weaker had 5 in the opening quarter for Celina. He's looking at 2-3 zone. Trevor Stearns and Jacoby Triplett each had 4 points for Parkway to lead our scoring in this game as the ball goes to the wing to Braylon Parker. Inside it goes to Werntz. His shot will not fall for him. Rebounds by Douglas Hughes, and he hands off to Trevor Stearns.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a good play there. Everybody runs that play. Seal a guy, have a guy run through, 2-3. You get that look almost every single time.
Werntz had good pressure out front, but eventually Carpenter ends up with the basketball, and now it goes to Xavier Samples. Carpenter. Douglas Hughes. So getting some flex cut action. And spinning off the basket, going high off the glass, is Xavier Samples for his first basket of the night. It's 13-5 as they face that half-court or three-quarter court trap again. Skip pass around. This will be a 3 that's going to go up for Braylon Parker. Braylon Parker.
Good make there off a great pass. Let's see if they can lock in and get a stop here.
Braylon Parker's first 3 ball tonight. And what are we going to get here? We're going to go to the goal and get a basket. Xavier Samples scores, and we'll get an and one opportunity. The foul will go to Zayden Rolfus. So we're going to get our first Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throws. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. And Samples rattles it around and in.
Yeah, Celina, Parkway's ran some really good half-court sets here, ran some really good half-court offense. You never really know, though, if it's because defense isn't pressuring as much as they should, or if it really is just great half-court offense. I'd venture to say it's a little bit of both right now.
Really good defensive pressure from Braden Bruns. He tipped the ball, and then so did Billerman for Celina. It ends up being a Panther basketball, and Trevor Stearns will advance it. Ball's tipped out of bounds by Caden Wertz. I'm looking at a Parkway team that's got senior. They start 5 seniors. They brought a sophomore and a junior off the bench. It's those veteran guys are getting some looks for them.
No, they are, and obviously Celina has a very young lineup. So far this game, the only senior that has played has been Caden Wertz. So definitely a really young lineup. So that plays into effect as well. Experience, playing varsity basketball longer, that absolutely plays a major effect into it.
Celina went 2-3 zone, tried to force the ball down inside, and Logan Billerman will pick up his first foul. Hughes spins into the lane, has to give it back up to Samples. He's got 5 in the quarter. Samples looks inside to Stern and can't get it there.
Yep.
Here's a 3.
Good shot.
Oh, a good looking 3 by Braden Bruns. His first basket's from 19 feet 9 inches. Pushes the lead to 19-8. And that turnover as it sails over the head of the Celina Bulldog, and getting a couple of subs in. Parkway's got it going right now.
Yeah, no, if I'm Parkway right now, I feel pretty good.
And with that, Coach Johns figures he needs a timeout. His team trails by 11. 5:40 to go. Here in quarter number 2. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Parkway Panthers is First Federal Bank in Van Wert, your community and your bank. Parkway's got it going here with the first couple minutes here of the quarter, Ben.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say here is Celina is younger, so I can tell you right now, they're not going to give up fight. They're going to keep playing hard, but they definitely need to, number one, figure out how are we going to score, how are we going to get to the basket, and then, honestly, the press, they're not really into them that much, so how can we get into our offense through the press? They're not trapping a lot out of it.
It's been more of a nuisance, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Slow things up. Here's the 2-3 zone look again from Celina coming out of the timeout. Samples on top. Stearns working the middle. This is Hughes, and it brings back out on top. It goes to Triplett, and they swing it around.
Yeah, Celina's actually doing a pretty good job here so far running this 2-3.
Pass goes inside. Stearns works. And finally finds a teammate inside, but he was in the lane too long.
Yep, hopefully Celina here will build off this momentum. I'm getting a good stop there, playing a lot of good defense.
5 minutes to go for halftime. Celina with just 8 points here as we played 11 minutes. Braylon Parker crosses the 10-second line and picks up a basketball and ends up being a Parkway turnover. We'll head the other way. Stearns looks inside, now down to the corner.
Good.
Yep, it certainly was. Really good open look for Triplett, didn't go for him.
Let's see if they can get something here in transition.
Headed to the rim, but getting cut off that time was Harder. And Wertz on top. Harder gets a 3 look. Bounces around. Rebound on the backside comes to Parker. And Braylon handed it off to a cutting Carson Weitzel. And Weitzel will be charged with a foul.
Yeah, good effort there to take the charge. Really good effort.
That's the 3rd team foul of this quarter for Celina. And into the basketball game comes Wyatt Carpenter, who will be the inbounder to Trevor Stearns.
Pretty good chance they stay with the 2-3 here. Yep.
And stack those guards and then drop into that 2-3 look.
Nope, going man.
Yeah, he went man, didn't he? Wernz out pressuring. Stearns does a good job, tips it out of bounds.
Yep, 2 senior guards playing against each other. That's the matchup you'd love to have.
And you don't go straight down and slap at the ball. You get called for a foul. He flipped it from the side. Good job. On top it goes to Triplett. Jacoby had 4 points in the opening quarter. Pond goes down to the corner. Carpenter goes into the lane and gets it blocked. We'll go the other way with Wernz.
Yeah, this is where Celina wants to play right here.
That's
Great
exactly
take.
what they wanted.
Great take, Caden Wernz. Good basket. Use that momentum. Get something going here.
Basket on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard. Wyatt Carpenter pick up the foul. We're going to get some Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. When you're having trouble scoring in the half-court offense, get something in transition.
Absolutely.
Wernz scores. It's a 75% free throw shooter. Cuts the lead to 19-11. Now Celina with a little bit of half-court press.
Yeah, giving Parkway a little of their own medicine.
Ball, was it tipped or not? Yeah, it was not. Just thrown out of bounds. Good defensive switch by Celina.
Yeah, absolutely. Mixing it up, throwing a little different things, giving different looks every once in a while. You can get a good turnover.
There's Parkway back with their 1-2-2 look. Wernz dribbles through it. Weitzel was there to pick up the loose change, though. Billerman on top, swing it around, they go.
And up top,
Look for the roll, man, and Stearns gets a steal. Stearns, Trevor works in the lane, pass goes into the corner. It's Carpenter, Wyatt. Pond looking inside.
Celina's playing with a lot of effort right now.
Triplett throws it inside, and Pond gets a left-handed scoop. Ethan Pond has 5 in the game now. That's a good entry pass.
Yeah, no, it is, absolutely. And you can see it on some of the Celina guys' face that they are playing really hard right now. You're hoping that before another timeout or anything that they don't run out any gas.
And we just get a 10-second count. Our scoreboard today is brought to you by Wabash Mutual Telephone, a proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. It is 21-11. Parkway on our scoreboard with 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Non-conference basketball on a Tuesday evening. Pond looks. His penetration dribble. Hands off to Triplett. There's Triplett into the lane. Good patient possession by the Panthers.
Yes, very patient, running clock here, trying to get the best look possible. If not, I think they're fine taking this to the halftime.
To the rim goes Samples, fights it up, and it was knocked out of bounds. It will go to Celina. Samples has 5 in the quarter. Douglas Hughes will re-enter, and Jacoby Triplett gets a seat. Also back into the game will come Braylon Parker, and with that, Cohen Harder will sit down. Stearns pushes the press up a little bit farther this time. Ball's banged loose, and we'll go the other way.
Yeah, sometimes you start to see in a situation where you get some frustration turnovers, ill-advised drives. They can be a little tough, but you got to stay the course.
Wernz tried to get to the rim and could not. Here's a 3 that's going to go up from Weichert. And we're going to get a hold that will go against. Looks like Douglas Hughes got caught holding on to a Celina Bulldog on the rebound opportunity as back into the basketball games comes Wyatt Carpenter.
Yeah, no, great effort there to get that offensive rebound and get the foul.
Hughes has just 1 foul in a basketball game. The Parkway Panthers have 2 in the quarter. And it's lost out of bounds. It's like Hughes did a good job getting his hand in, disrupting the pass, then it went off of Billerman.
I'll be honest, I remember that exact same specific play when we did the game against New Bremen. The exact same thing, ball went off in the corner.
Here's the Celina 1-2-2 half-court trap. Stearns, and he goes right to the rim. Goes off glass and overshot it. Pond fights for the rebound and rips it away. I'm sorry, it's not Pond, that's number 10 Samples in there fighting for the rebound. He draws a foul.
Yeah, eventually draw the foul. I thought the foul might have been 2 or 3 seconds before that, but great call there.
Carson Whitesell picks up foul number 2. It's the 4th foul of the quarter. Carson will get a seat as Cohen Harder will enter for the last minute plus of this second quarter. Parkway lobs it out top. Comes Samples off a screen. Into the rim he goes. Held ball. It is. Really good defensive job that time by Caden Wertz.
Yeah, no, fantastic job there. See if Celina will break the press here.
Celina down by 10. Wertz goes through the press. This will be a 3 that'll go up from Weichert. Nails a 3 ball. Gavin's second of the game. He's got 8 in the game now.
Yeah, no, I mean, with how this first half is going, you almost forget it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, absolutely. See if the Parkway Panthers play last shot here of quarter number 2. As we're approaching half a minute to go, and they lead by 7. Carpenter.
Get the weave going and then get to your senior guard.
And there he is right there. Stearns comes off the screen, gives it up, pass down inside, goes to Samples. Really good defensive set that time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Good
Really?
way to end the half for Celina.
Absolutely, really good way to end the half is exactly right. But Panthers from Parkway will take a 7-point lead to the break. Watching high school basketball, WOSN. We're back at Celina, the Dean White Court. Nice premier sponsor for the Parkway Panthers is First Federal Bank in Van Wert, your community and your bank. Ben, you made a really interesting point. Celina only had 9 points in the quarter, but a lot of them 6 points came late off the efforts of Caden Wertz.
Yeah, I mean, one of the main things I saw here is they've been struggling to break this 1-2-2 press. But one of the few times that they've really broken it, your senior guards just decided, I'm getting through this. I'm getting to the basket. You get an and one. Another time you do it, you get a 3 on the wing. It's going really well. It's not the traditional way to break in and get into your offense, but when you have a really experienced senior guard out there, whatever works to get back in the game.
And if you're the Parkway Panthers, really good balanced scoring. Ethan Pond has 5, Xavier Samples has 5, Jacoby Triplett has 4, Trevor Stearns has 4, and 3 for Braden Bruns. So they've been very balanced in what they've done offensively.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what Celina did when they threw that 2-3 in there a few times. It actually looked like it slowed Parkway down a little bit offensively, but outside of that, Parkway has ran an awesome half-court offense here.
Parkway quarter scores of 11 and 10 for their 21. Celina quarter scores of 5 and 9 for their 14. It's Parkway basketball as we start half number 2. And Celina will start with their zone. Now they play man-to-man. Yeah,
back in man
here.
Back
in man, aren't they? They were kind of soft with it for a moment. This is Stearns with the basketball. And he's looking for help. There he found Carpenter, and Carpenter goes baseline, spins into the lane, shot a little hard, and it's tipped out of bounds by Xavier Samples. Good move.
Yeah, great move there. He was close to getting the first half. We had a hook call. It was a little close there.
Parkway's been in this 1-2-2 three-quarter court press as a nuisance throughout the basketball game. Here's a 3 that's going to go up. That bounces off the back of the rim, and Stearns rebounds. He's in a hurry the other way.
Yeah, I mean, there's been no stopping the fight from Celina here.
Penetration dribble by Braden Bruns. Braden got slapped across the hands by Caden Wertz. Caden's first foul, and it will be a shooting foul. Our free throw sponsor today is Lee's famous recipe chicken and lima, Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's famous recipe chicken, where home style happens here. The free throw goes up hard from Braden Bruns. Braden had a 3-point field goal in the opening half for his basket of the game. Here's foul shot number 2. That one's also a little bit hard. Billerman fights for the rebound, and Stearns has it, but he missed. That time Billerman rebounded and cleared it.
Yep, we'll see what Celina does here. I thought they might try to run in transition, but they came down and got into their half-court set here.
That was Carpenter out front trying to pick the pocket of Caden Wernz and got called for a foul instead. Each team has a foul here in the half, and Carpenter has 2 in the game. Looked inside to Billerman that time, couldn't get it there. Here's Wernz.
Yeah, good job here commanding the offense, cutting off of it.
Billerman has it knocked loose by Carpenter. He's going to pass it ahead to Stearns, who fumbled it, picked it up in time to score. He had 4 points in the opening quarter. He's got 6 in the game now.
Yeah, no, if I'm Parkway right now, I feel really comfortable with how this game is going. Just keep playing your game. And
Wernz got into the 3-point line area where he is fouled. That will be Xavier Samples' first foul of the basketball game. To the corner it goes into the hands of Weichert. He got cut off trying to go baseline by Carpenter. Wernz looked inside again. This is Weitzel on top. Stearns tried to get up court. He is bumped all the way down the floor by Caden Wernz, and Caden finally gets called for his second foul.
Yeah, I mean, really good defense there by Caden Wernz, but eventually when you do misstep and you're riding the guy the whole way down the floor, they're going to call it.
Bump and run is good in football. Bump and run is not good in basketball. Yep. Eventually it catches up to you.
Yep.
Yep.
Down in that, they're in that 2-3 zone again.
Slipped back into that, didn't they? Mixed it up some here since the opening quarter. Stearns tried to flash low. 6'1" player working the post. This is going to be a 3 that's going to go up from Bruns. That missed. Billerman has another rebound. He's done well on the glass here today.
Trying to attack the basket there. Good bucket.
And did so. Does Gavin Weichert. He becomes the first double-figure player in the game with 10. And Billerman with another rebound. How about that one?
Yeah, no, that's fantastic there.
Showed some strength. He went up and grabbed it with one hand, and Hughes had to hold the other hand. That's Hughes' second foul, and we'll get Jacoby Triplett back into the game, as well as Ethan Pond. Those guys played a lot in the opening half.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Celina's cut the lead here to 7. We'll see if they can cut to maybe 2 or 3 by the quarter and make it a really good game in the fourth. Well, that's going up.
Bounces off. Hustle after the rebound. Wernz had it. Samples throws it cross court where it ends up into the hands of Weichert.
Yeah, there's no quitting this Bulldogs team.
Samples was going for the steal, but got called for a hold instead.
Yeah, I mean, it looked a little funky there. I figured something had to happen for him not to be able to move to go get the ball. It's kind of like in football when the running back just runs free and you're like, well, how'd that happen? And they show the replay and somebody's holding the defensive lineman.
Xavier Samples now has 2 fouls, perhaps more importantly, with 4.5 to go in quarter number 3. His team has 4 team fouls, so Celina could be shooting a lot of Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws through the rest of this quarter. Bruns tried to get loose for a 3 and could not, but Wernz does. His shot is long and it's rebounded by Triplett. Jacoby's in a hurry.
Yeah, no, right now they're in man. This line team is scrambling, trying to get a stop.
They tried to pass it inside the pond, but Carson Weitzel went through him to get a foul Carson becomes the first player in the game with 3 fouls, and now his team has 3 team fouls in the quarter. Carter Hohen's back in the basketball game. Here's a pass inside to Pond. A little post move for him.
Yeah, good job getting vertical, not fouling.
Caden Wertz rebounded, and to the rim will go Bruns. And Brayton will draw, or excuse me, that's harder, isn't it? Nope. Gavin Weaker, I'll get it right yet. Looking to see who committed the foul is Ethan Pond. He's got 3, and that is the 5th team foul. So here's Lee's Famous Recipe Chickens free throws. Lee's Famous Recipe Chickens in Lima, Wapak, Dolphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Home style happens here.
Yeah, that's a good job hitting the second there. Would love to have both of those when you're battling for points the whole game.
Gavin Weaker's got 11 in the game. It's down to a 6-point lead. It was 7 at half. Triplett gets into the lane, kick out to Stearns for 3. And the rebound secured by Carter Hohen.
Yeah, no, this Celina team is scrambling on defense, causing Parkway to play quicker than maybe they want to play, and that's really been to Celina's advantage here the second half.
And we're going to get a Parkway Panther foul and a hold, and this will be free throw opportunities now. That foul goes to Douglas Hughes, so both he and Pond have 3. And Logan Billerman will go to the free throw line. Luke has not scored this evening, but has been an excellent rebounder this evening for Coach Adam Johns. His first point. Celina has a league game on Friday night. They will go to Van Wert to play the Cougars. Parkway also has a league game. They will be on the road to Fort Recovery. Ball short. Stearns rebounds. 5-point lead.
Yep, Celina's going to start here in this little press. Scramble out of it.
Hughes dribbles out of traffic and then sets it up to Xavier Samples. Pond's trying to work the lane. Samples and now Stearns. This is going to go up from Jacoby Triplett. Bounces out. Strong rebound, Caden Wertz.
Yeah, no, Celina's done a great job. They are not giving up offensive rebounds to Parkway.
Little floater in the lane. Gavin Weaker's having a game. He's got 13 now. He's got 5 here in this quarter, and we are going to get a Parkway timeout. There's 2:39 to go here in the third. Still Parkway by 3. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Today's scoreboard sponsor is Wabash Mutual Telephone, a proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. The Parkway Panthers have had a 6-2 quarter, and they've cut the lead to just 23-20. That's forced Parkway to take their first timeout.
Yeah, Celina's playing really awesome here this second half. The things that Celina does well, playing in transition, hitting threes, they've done all that here this second half. And the thing that I'm really proud to see for them is, as a young team, how their defensive rebounding is really impressive against a very much more experienced Parkway team.
Kevin Weaker, who averages 12 points a game on the season, has got 13 already. He has been a real offensive spark here for Coach Adam Johns, and we'll see what Coach Hughes came up with at the timeout. Triplett. Down in the corner, it goes to Pond. Looking for ball reversal against man-to-man. Stearns wants to post up. There he has it down low.
Yep.
Tries to spin in the lane, but the dribble slapped away from him. And what do we have? We get a timeout, Celina, so they can maintain possession. Now, that's an interesting thing to do there, Ben, because, okay, you kept possession, but you only got 2 timeouts for the rest of the game.
I know. I mean, you'd hope that your senior guard can get that out a little quicker.
The annual TV44 WSN fundraising campaign is underway now. Our goal is to raise $175,000 or more by the end of the year. Your donations stay local and are used to support WTOW and WSN. Donate today at axministries.com. So you call timeout. You want to maintain possession, but in the process of doing so, you're limited yourself to just 2 for the rest of the game. Parkway has 4 timeouts remaining. It'll be Celina ball on the baseline. And inbound will be Zayden Rolfus. Caden Wirtz.
He might just try to go at this.
Looks, finally throws it up court. And he had thrown it to Gavin Weaker, who's having some really good basketball
game. Really good game here.
There's Gavin right there. Wirtz comes off a screen, looks down inside. Penetration dribble, fights it up. Nope, Pond rebounds. Ethan throws it out to Triplett and to Stearns.
Now here in the second half, what Celina's done a really good job of is when they've gotten back in transition, scrambling on defense. That's a foul.
Wyatt Carpenter tried to go up inside, but draws contact. He does so from Logan Billerman. Logan's second, team's 4th, and to the free throw line will go Wyatt Carpenter. Scoreless in the game tonight is the 6'1 senior. These famous recipe chicken free throws.
Yeah, I mean, there are just times where if a guy rips by you with enough aggression, it's going to be hard to recover. You would rather get a foul in there, send them to the line than just a wide open layup.
Second free throw, back to the rim it goes. Rebound to Rolfus. Celina's got the lead to 4. They're going to face a 1-3-1 zone. Minute 20 to go. Quarter number 3. Pass inside. And Kane, Cohenharder lost it. Spin move in the lane. Samples got it blocked.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I've really noticed this game is every time that one of these teams has changed up their defense, at least for a few possessions, it really, the other team offensively has to adjust to it, and they don't get buckets right away.
Caden Wirtz spun in the lane, got his shot slapped out of bounds. Parkway's done a nice job with Caden tonight. He has just 3 points in the game, averaging just about 10 a game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, Gavin Wicker's played a great game, but also part of that is when your senior guard's not able to score, you have to get the ball off of him, and thankfully Gavin Wicker's been able to produce offensively for them here.
Caden Wirtz has done a lot of other good things for his team, like right now directing their offense.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to get points on the board this evening.
Yep. Guarded really well, unbelievable hustle.
Comes off a screen, goes up from 15, bounces short, Pond rebounds. Here's a pass ahead and to the rim, and unable to finish going to the rim was Carpenter. Will go back the other way.
I'll be interested to see if they hold this for the last shot here.
It's been a pretty good quarter for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
Trap in the corner, but able to give it out, and finally to Wirtz on top as we approach 10 seconds to go.
I would hold this and play for the last shot here because you can't use another timeout.
Wirtz, top of the circle goes Rolfus, down to the corner, ball fake, pass inside, and they don't get it off. Carson Bledsoe was headed to the rim, but didn't get the pass in time, but after 3, Celina will still be trailing. Parkway Panthers 24-20. Back to the fourth quarter moment. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Parkway Panthers is First Federal Bank in Van Wert, your community, your bank. 24-20 Parkway. That was a 6-3 quarter for the Celina Bulldogs. It seemed like it was a better quarter than that, wasn't it? It cut the lead to 4, but it seemed like they had a better quarter than just 6-3.
Absolutely. No, it felt like a very intense quarter for it to only be 6-3.
Gavin Weaker has 13 in the game to lead all scores. Trevor Stearns has 6 to lead Parkway. 5 for Xavier Samples and 5 for Ethan Pond.
Yep, coming out here in the 2-3 look.
Ethan Pond, Douglas Hughes have 3 fouls apiece. Carson Weissel has 3 for Celina. And Beck bouncing off a body and scoring inside is Caden Wertz. He's got 5 in the game now. That's a good sign for Adam Johns, isn't it?
No, absolutely.
Doug Hughes.
No, absolutely. I thought, honestly, that was a very good no call there for the charge.
Get your senior leader. Score 1 early in the quarter. Spin move, Carpenter, short shot. And Carpenter got whacked on the arm. That's why his shot was short. And we're going to get Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. You can find them in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's famous recipe chicken, where home style happens here. The foul went to Zayden Rolfus. He's got 3 in the game now. And Wyatt Carpenter makes the first free throw. He's got 2 points in the game. Now he's 2 for 3 at the foul line. Look at another opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how the foul calls are called here in the fourth quarter, because obviously in that third quarter there, the foul calls went a lot to Celina there, and they shot free throws there. So we'll see how it goes here in the fourth quarter.
Once again, Wyatt Carpenter splits a pair. It's 25-22. As we're approaching 7 minutes to go in this one. The girls' game went overtime. This one might be as well. Wertz got cut off trying to go baseline. Gets another one from Billerman.
Yep, really good 2-man game there, but
he just
even better job by Parkway.
Yeah, he can't get away from Braden Bruns. Just Carpenter with a steal. To the rim he goes, and he's fouled.
Yeah, I mean, there have been multiple times here in the second half. He plays with so much aggression, getting to the basket. Really like Wyatt Carpenter and how he plays the game.
Zayden Rolfus will pick up his 4th foul, and back to the free throw line goes Wyatt Carpenter for Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. I like active players who get to the foul line. This will be his 6th free throw opportunities coming up right here.
Yeah, no, in a game that has not had a lot of baskets in it, to be able to get to the line that many times is pretty impressive.
Carpenter is now 3 for 5 for all 3 of his points in the game, and 4 for 6. The lead goes to 5. Caden Wertz.
Yep, back to the 1-2-2. You got to get it over.
And they do just in time.
Yeah,
And then
they had to be pretty close to 10 there.
Back to the man they go. Does the Parkway Panthers. Wertz gets into the lane. His left-handed shot goes up, and he draws contact, and he will get some free throws. Sponsored by Lee's famous recipe chicken. Who got the foul?
Yeah, no, Celina's done a good job here so far in the fourth quarter, getting to the basket and getting good looks.
Douglas Hughes picks up his 4th foul. He joins the Bulldogs, Zayden Rolfus, in that category. Caden Wertz, 75% free throw shooter on the season, made 1 in the opening quarter. He's now 2 for 2 tonight in that position. And Douglas Hughes will get the seat.
Yep, your senior leaders, those are the ones you want at the foul line in the fourth quarter.
Caden Wertz had just 3 points in the opening 3 quarters. He's got 4 here in this quarter. Total of 7 in the game.
Honestly, the Celina starters, and even Parkway, just very good conditioning here.
Spin move in the lane is blocked out of bounds, though, by Cohen Harder as the 6-footer climbed the ladder and swatted one out of bounds. Xavier Samples to trigger the inbound pass. Samples works the lane, and his left-handed shot will go. Xavier Samples has points 6 and 7 and pushes the lead back to 5.
Yep, and then straight back to the 1-2-2 here. See if Celina breaks it.
Steal by Carpenter. He's pushing the pace. He goes to Stearns. And Stearns draws contact. That was a nice fast break opportunity.
No, absolutely. That pass for Celina, it's a really difficult, on the run, one-handed, it's a really difficult pass to make there.
Cohen Harder will pick up his 2nd foul, the 3rd team foul, and for Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws is Trevor Stearns, who bounces one around and in. He's got 7 points in the game now, and Jacoby Triplett will enter.
I mean, then for Parkway here, to have your senior guard all conference to come to the line, that's huge for them.
And they have now made 5 out of 6 free throws in the quarter and going to the rim, but unable to finish, but drawing contact. Will be the very active Gavin Weaker.
Yep, got behind the defense there. Caden Wernstall, you'd almost think he played quarterback for Celina.
Jacoby Triplett's first foul, team second. These famous recipe chicken free throws for Weaker. He's now 2 for 3 at the line tonight. He's got 14 points in the game to lead all scorers. Came in averaging 12 a game, did the 5'11" sophomore. And makes that one as well. So he's 3 for 4. He's a 75% free throw shooter on the season and did so tonight, 3 for 4.
Yeah, and even though it's only a 5-point game, just with how this game has went and how hard it's been to get points here, if you're Celina, you want to be able to get this to where it's a one-possession game in the next minute and a half.
Samples, top of the circle. Ball goes around to Bruns. Stearns trying to post up inside. Has to go outside to get it. And we're going to get a held ball. Coach Hughes was trying to get a timeout. The held ball came before that. Coach might not want that timeout. It was his possession arrow anyway. So Celina has used 3 timeouts. Parkway just 1.
Well, in the last quarter, when we had that exact same situation and Celina got the ball, they also would have gotten the ball for the held ball.
Yeah. Pond out on top. To the rim he goes, and Ethan Pond scores points 6 and 7 for him. Lead goes back to 7. That's where we were at halftime. 33-26, Panthers. Caden Wirtz.
Yep, Celina wants to get into the best offensive set possible here.
Stolen. Stearns heads to the rim, and Trevor Stearns has double figures. He's got 10 in the game, and that puts his team up 9. We're going to get a timeout. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Today's scoreboard sponsor is Wabash Mutual Telephone, a proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. That scoreboard shows that in this particular quarter, Parkway has outscored Celina 11-6. They've taken a 9-point lead at 35-26, and Parkway just called that timeout.
Yeah, no, I think Coach Hughes wanted to get his team settled down there, call the timeout on the make, get set into the defense that you want. It doesn't look like they're about to press here. I still wouldn't be surprised if they shake it up here. Yep, that 1-3-1.
That is correct. They're going to go 1-3-1 with Trevor Stearns on top. This line is something else to look at. Wirtz goes up from 15, bounces out, Pond rebounds. And immediately Coach Hughes says, we're going to walk this one up. Trap coming. Pond has the outlet. Pass inside to the rim, and finishing at the rim is Xavier Samples.
Yeah, if you're Celina right now, if you're not going to be able to convert on offense, it's going to be tough here in those last few minutes. Especially if you're trapping and not getting turnover, it's going to be tough.
Parkway's got a 13-point quarter going here today, here in quarter number 4, and they have responded at the right time as Braylon Parker comes back with a huge 3. Yes, he had one earlier in the game. He's got 6 in the game, 6 points in the game now. That was huge. 37-29, Parkway. Stearns works the lane. Back out front it goes. Hughes is back in the game with 4 fouls. He wears number 44.
Now, if Parkway is not going to get trapped, they're going to be fine with that here with only 3 minutes and some change left.
Celina has 3 team fouls. Parkway just 2 in the quarter. Wirtz almost had a steal, and now Samples.
Yeah, with an 8-point game here, it's a little. You definitely want to get a steal.
Kevin Weaker with some hard defensive pressure will pick up foul number 3, and it's the 4th team foul. So with that in mind, the next Celina foul will put Parkway at the line for a double bonus. Well, I guess we call it double bonus. Now we don't. It's 2 shots instead of 1 and 1. Anyway.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Johns here, I would potentially look the next time you have the ball to take a timeout just to get your guys ready to go and get them a little bit of rest before they're going to have to start trapping pretty heavily to get back in this game this last few minutes.
Xavier Samples got trapped on the sidelines. He called timeout. We'll take a timeout too. You're watching high school basketball, WOSN. The annual TV 44 WSN fundraising campaign is underway now. Our goal is to raise $175,000 or more by the end of the year. Your donations stay local and are used to support WTOW and WSN. You can donate now at axministries.com. Good timeout. Trapped on the sideline. You got timeouts to use. That's a good timeout.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If I'm Celina right here, I would, the first few minutes of the second half, they trapped almost everything and they got back in this game. I would try to do something like that this last 2.5 minutes here.
Any Bulldog foul will put the Panthers on the free throw line as they're playing a little keep away right now, trying to eat clock and maintain this 8-point lead.
Foul.
Yep, there's your foul. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining in the game. There's a foul. We're going to get some Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throws. The foul went to Carson Whitesell. Carson now has 4 fouls in the game, and Braden Bruns will go to the free throw line. He missed a pair earlier. He does have a 3-point field goal this evening. That one bounces out on him.
I mean, one of the things I've really noticed for both of these squads here is they have not went deep on the bench. These guys have played a really intense game here. They got to be exhausted.
Bruns, 6'1" senior with 3 points in the game, gets another opportunity. This one he makes. And makes it a 38-29 lead, and into the basketball game comes Douglas Hughes. Celina, 2:20 to go in the basketball game. They're down by 9.
Yep, right here, you want to get a good shot. Try to get a bucket, cut it.
There's a long 3, and that long 3 by Gavin Weaker. And he nailed that one from the parking lot.
I know. Career night for him. He's had an awesome game here.
That's his 3rd made 3-point field goal. He's got 18 of the Bulldogs' 32 points in the game, and his coach just took his 4th timeout, trailing by, I'm having trouble reading the scoreboard, 38-32. We got a post right in the way.
I know.
Trying to read the scoreboard here, and appreciate the athletic director here, Mr. Derek Winning, got us set up here this evening. I got to admit, Ben, this is one of my favorite facilities. I like the old gyms like this one.
Oh, no, there's not too many of them left anymore. It's awesome.
We got a big game coming up on Saturday. You and I will be down at Russia as the Coldwater Cavaliers will open up their season with a very good and a Russia basketball team. That'll be a really fun game to do.
No, it'll be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. Russia obviously just made a deep tournament run, and then Coldwater, a lot of their players just came off of football, so it should be a lot of fun, really high intensity. 2 really good high school basketball teams playing against each other.
This is a Coldwater team that 2 weeks ago, of course, won a state championship in football, and if you've seen them play football, their quarterback, Braylon Blockberger, is one of the better basketball players around as well, plus some other guys on their team for Coach Fisher. So we'll be there for that Saturday or Sunday night.
It looked like Parkway was expecting a little full court there, but Celina's content to just trap in the half court.
Finally, Samples finds Stearns to pass the basketball to. He's trapped. Celina only has 1 timeout left. Parkway has 2. Stearns in the lane and wisely throws it back out, kills some more clock.
Yeah, Parkway's not trying to shoot the ball here. They are trying to play keep away.
Carpenter's had a very active basketball game, goes to the rim and throws it back out front. Stearns Goes to the rim and goes up and scores. 12 in the game for Trevor Stearns.
Oh, that's going up.
Bounces off the rim, it does.
Good
Billerman
rebound.
Yes, it was. He's had a good game on the glass.
Yes,
Billerman
he has, absolutely. Very aggressive.
Wirtz goes to the rim and is going to get an and one opportunity. There's a senior making a play for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Caden Wirtz scores, gets the clock stopped. Caden's got 12 in the game, looking at 13. The foul went to Jacoby Triplett, his second. And now Caden Wirtz becomes a double-figure scorer with 10 and leads at 5 with 1:12 to go.
Yep, so now they're going to go full court here.
Job by Wirtz to score with the clocks and get the clock stopped. Make a free throw. Pond. And Pond wrestles with it, and we're going to get a held ball, and the arrow favors the Celina Bulldogs.
I think the officials are discussing here right now.
And to look at the possession arrow, it does belong to the Celina Bulldogs. So trailing by 5, right at 60 seconds to go in this fourth quarter.
It'll be interesting to see here if they go for the 3 or the 2.
Here's Wirtz right to the rim. His left-handed shot doesn't go. The rebound came to Xavier Samples. I thought for a moment Wirtz was going to chip it away from behind, but instead we get a foul. As Stearns was able to maintain control. And with that, Carson Wetzel will foul out of the basketball game. And Trevor Stearns will get a pair of free throws. He is 2 for 2 there this evening, and that one goes off the back of the rim. His first Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw.
Yep, missing that one there. Keeps it to a 2-possession ball game here for Celina. Definitely has some hope still.
It's a 5-point game on our Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard. That one he makes. Point 13 for him.
Pretty much have to go for the 3 here.
6-point lead. Wirtz looked at a 3. And going to pull up for 3. Goes long. Rebound, follow shot. Won't fall, however, for Weaker. Parkway rebounds with 20
have to
seconds.
Foul here. We'll see if they foul here.
Parkway playing keep away. There's the foul. As it will be assessed to Braylon Parker. That's Braylon's first. Back to the free throw line. It will be Xavier Samples. Xavier made a free throw on an and one play back in the opening half. He's got 9 points in the game as he goes to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. And now 10.
Yep, pushes it to a 3-possession ball game here. And Parkway's going to empty their bench for the last 11 seconds.
That they are. They will bring in Parker Lyons. They will bring in Carson Kirby. Looks like Braden Stewart entered the basketball game.
And Coach Hughes is pumped.
Nathaniel Stolly entered as well. There's one more waiting at the scorer's table, hoping that this free throw doesn't go in, or goes in, I should say. And he missed it, which means the one guy isn't going to get a chance to sub in. Yeah. There we go. Long shot misses, tipped around. Wirtz gets another 3 look, and that will bounce out. And the Parkway Panthers will break a 4-game losing streak, and they will do so with a 42-35 victory after kind of a scoreless, not scoreless, but difficult time to score opening 3 quarters. Parkway outscored Celina 18-15 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, overall, though, great effort by both teams. Celina battled back, really struggled defensively in that first half, but really battled back here to make it a good ball game here in the fourth and third quarters.
Celina will drop to 1-3 on the season. They will be at Van Wert on Friday night. They were led in scoring by Gavin Weaker with 18. 10 for Caden Wirtz. They had quarter scores of 5, 9, 6, and 15. Parkway, they will go to 2-4 on the season. They will be at Fort Recovery on Friday night. They were letting scoring by, let's see, Trevor Stearns had 13. They had 10 also from Xavier Samples. Quarter scores for them of 11, 10, 3, and 18. Pretty good learning experience for both teams tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to thank our scoreboard sponsor tonight. That's Wabash Mutual Telephone. Our free throw sponsor was Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Our premier sponsor was First Federal of Van Wert. Appreciate the athletic director here, Mr. Derek Wenning, got us set up here in the corner. Jacob O'Neill did all of our camera work and audio work, and he will take this back to Beatty Road and edit it all together. So Parkway takes a victory. They will go to 2-4 on the season. They will defeat Celina 42-35. Watching high school basketball on WOSN.